Well, howdy there, model railroaders. This is Alan D. Alan Dirks. And it's Sunday, June the 6th. And I wanted to show you, sorry for my old leg there. I wanted to show you that my wounds are kind of healing up here on me. This might look a little funny looking, but that's what happens when they glue you. They use that super glue, I guess you call it, or whatever, and that for wounds and that. But we getting a little bit better. I was in the hospital for just a couple days getting that gallbladder removed of mine, and then after I got my gallbladder removed, I had to go to another hospital. Had to go to another hospital or whatever to remove the stone. Well, after that got done, hell did that come from? After that got done, my mom went into the hospital, and so the last month of May and the 1st of June has been hospital. My mom went in for 36 years. She's been taking a water pill, and I guess it's because of her age. That water pill absolutely drained all the salt out of her. And water pills are, a lot of times you take a water pill, they're good to take off excess fluids and stuff like that off of you. But I think at a certain point or a certain age, they do more harm for you than they do good for you. And this particular water pill was a 37 milligram water pill. It robbed all the salt from my mom. And between that and another high blood pressure pill, she ended up in the hospital. She fell on the ground, and we had to take her to the hospital by ambulance. And so she's recovering well. She's getting a lot of that. She's getting a lot of her spunkiness back to her, and she still has a little trouble getting up, getting around. But I'll tell you what, she's a damn good old trooper. I guarantee you that. For an 84-year-old woman, she's kicking it pretty good. So, wanted to show you this. Went to the train show here in Hutch, and we went and looked around and seen the layouts. Seen a pretty neat looking by the Kansas N-Scale end trackers. Seen their layout, and then seen I think it was something Kansas model railroaders. They had an HO layout, big HO layout, and they were both kind of close together. And we decided when we was there, we seen this car here, which is a Burlington CB&Q Chicago, Burlington, and Quincy, which is road numbered 19837. I had this car on layaway at Spring Creek, and I happened to see it there, and I thought, hey, I'm gonna get this car because I like this car. And you can see that the door opens. It's got a kind of rusted roof on it. You know, this roof on the Southern Pacific is just kind of a plain roof, but I like the weathering on both cars. I think they look pretty damn awesome. I'd like to see more of these small microtrains cars like this. I think that's pretty sharp. And this here is my Burlington Northern 12618 caboose. The trucks are blue. You can see the little stars on the bottom. The only little boo-boo that's on here that's on this caboose is one of my little stars right there is missing. I think the jewel case rubbed it off. So the others are on there, so I'm not going to worry about one little star missing. I could always rub this little star off there and make it even on all sides, but I'm not going to worry about one little star. The rest of the caboose is damn sharp. Pretty good, pretty good. And there's a little faded on the white here on the steps, but otherwise it looks good. It's a neat little caboose, and it's a heavy little caboose too. And these, I always like these extended vision cabooses. I think there's a couple others out there. I think there's a couple Friscos out there that I might get, or I'd like to get. This this one particular retailer there at the the train show had these here, and I'd seen this one, and I'm like Burlington Northern, if you look down here, here's my Santa Fe 540 here. I got that one there, and then I've got that Burlington Northern extended vision, and I've got that transfer caboose by Blueford Shops. Down here is my Santa Fe Auto Parts cars, and I've got each one of my cabooses, the accident cabooses, and then I got a few things over here, and sitting over there is 5380, my Jevo. I'm gonna let him. I'm gonna give him a couple toots here. And we're gonna kick on the lights. There you go. We're gonna start him up. We're gonna take him. I'll start him up, take him a couple laps around here, and let you guys see that. I'm gonna pause this so I can take me a little drink of something here. Oh, while I was at the train show, I also picked up a couple patches. We're gonna put them on something. That's caboose. I think that's 199, I believe. I think that's what that caboose number is. Kind of like that. And that's little Chico, that Santa Fe, and he's holding the Burlington Northern. So that's probably he's doing that for the Burlington Northern, and when Burlington Northern and Santa Fe merge. So there's a little Chico. I thought he was kind of cool, and I want to get a few more of these patches or whatever that, but we just didn't have enough to do anymore. So we got these, and we're gonna put them on maybe a hat or something. And so we got Jevo going. And we're gonna put sorry I moved that a little fast, but we're gonna put this over here onto these here, and now we'll just see Jevo roll out here. Speed step 4, 6, 7, 8. And probably have to go into another section here. We're on 10-minute sections here. The sound that you heard, I hope you heard over the bell. Over the bell is the whoop that the engine makes. That when that's the compressor on the engine. And it'll go whoop, it'll go whoop, whoop, and then it'll as it's spooling up. And like the sound of the Jevos. Go on another one. Okay, into another one. I like the sound of that Gevo. A lot of times the trains that are running here on the Harrington sub between Harrington and Pratt come through here in Hatch and well goes through McPherson and probably Marion and Marion, Kansas, and then McPherson, and then over here to Hutch and out to Pratt before it goes into the Pratt sub that goes out to Delhart, Texas. You see a lot of the Gevos or ES44s running. I've never seen 5380 yet, but a lot of times you'll see them in the front, probably behind a 70 Ace or something like that, or you'll see Gevos at the end of the as a DPU, or in the middle. If there's a big old stack train, they'll be running in like either 2 engines, sometimes 3 engines if the stack train is pretty big. Running at 17, 18 speed steps right now. And on the amps, we're pulling 0.09 to 13 amps. Got her up 20 speed steps. I like the way that engine sounds when she's and Gevos just have a unique sound to them. You get her up to speed step 26, 27, and she'll increase the sound. And compressor just kicked in. And speed step 28, she jumps up. There she goes. Now she's increasing her sound. You give her a little whistle there. And that horn, that's pretty much what you hear on the Gevos when they come through here. That's exactly what you're hearing when it comes through here in Hutch. Matter of fact, I hit the horn so much or whatever in that the compressor kicked on to help make the sound. So it's kind of neat that when you're hitting the air horn or whatever and that the compressor comes on, it kicks the compressor on as you're hitting the air horn, just like in the real thing. Kind of wished I had one of those holders that I could hold my phone. I had the little gyro thing to where I could do whatever that, but still holding the phone by hand, but not doing too bad here. And that engine sounds pretty good. She's hitting over the switch pretty good. A couple days ago, I was doing a run with her, pulling the same amount of cars and everything like that, and she was kind of just right after the switcher right here. Right in this area right here. She was kind of, the front trucks was kind of jumping just a little bit. And I think it's because of the way these trucks are on the ES44s and Gevos and that, the way they're done. She's hitting it pretty good now. I kind of had to do a little, not any filing or anything like that on the track. I just kind of had to move it around. These section tracks or section pieces of unit track can sometimes have where one rail sticks up, one rail sticks down, or whatever that, and sometimes they don't always want to come together even. And I've seen on Atlas that they kind of line up a little bit better, but I think if you just kind of work with it and stuff like that, you can get it to work. But she's hitting the switch pretty good now. She's or hitting the turnout pretty good. So, and the new car, it's not really wobbling too much. It's following along with the other car. Caboose looks pretty good. Like I say, that Atlas caboose is pretty heavy. And little play in the couplers. There's always play in those Microtrains couplers that makes it look like the train is going chunka 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 chunka. And so it always helps. Excuse me for I had a little bit of stuff down my throat. When I had my gallbladder removed and I had to have a stone removed, I had to go to Salina Regional Hospital to get that removed. Well, they put a splint down in me. Usually splints are to like open your arteries and stuff like that. Well, they had to put this splint down inside of me so they could go in there and retrieve that stone. And sometimes my throat gets a little raw. And not to the point where it's sore, but it gets a little raw, and I'm wondering if it's because of that damn stent that's down inside of me. They're going to remove that stent at the end of July. And so, I mean, I don't really feel it down there, I guess. I mean, it's, like I say, I guess it's just in there, and it's to help drain stuff, or whatever, that after they done that. They got it's ESRG or some name that they call it that they do. But they put you out. I mean, they stick you on the table, put you out, give you gas, and, make you go to sleep. Then they put this thing down in your throat, this scope down in your throat, and they take that. They got a way to retrieve the stone. They got the stone out of me, but I kind of wish that it would have been all done at the Hutchinson Regional instead of going over to Salina. They have to do it there. Basically, two hospitals I had to go to have one damn procedure done. It's kind of excuse my language, kind of a pain in the ass. I mean, I basically went to surgery at 11 o'clock in the morning, and by 1 o'clock or whatever that, I didn't really have what you call any kind of a recovery, a little bit. And I basically had to get my tail up, and me and my dad had to go over to Salina to get that thing out. So, but... Gevo doing pretty good here. And we're going to run her around one more time, and we're going to slow her down. We'll park Gevo here out front here. You can hear Gevo, hear the engine when I took her off of speed step 28. You can hear we're gonna stop her, slow her down, pretty slow here, and you'll see the car is probably kind of slack up to her or whatever and that. And now we're down to 14 speed steps, down to 10 speed steps. Of course, as usual, we're getting close to the 10 mark on here, so we'll go into one more little segment here. I just love the way that engine sounds. one speed step. And this is number 3, segment number 3. I'll put her in reverse. And back her up here a little bit. Back these cars up. These microtrains, because they're on plastic, they don't always roll as good as they don't always roll the same as what metal does. But I guarantee you what, this Gevo is heavy enough. It's heavy enough. I like the way the lights are. The lights, one light is a little brighter on top than it is on bottom. And that's actually how they look on the real engine too. I kind of was looking at to see if that's how it was. And on the real Gevos, that's exactly what you see. The light on top is a little brighter than what the one on the bottom is. So this is a 5380. And let's see if we can kind of zoom in and get her number on here. She's a C45 ACCTE. C45 ACCTE. And then you can see the numbers there on the front of the engine right there, and then you can see the warning placards. There's one right there, UP shield and the flag, and there's a few here on the back. I can't really tell what that one is down there on the bottom, but I like the sound. And here's the front of the engine. I've got a Gevo. In Burlington Northern, but it's just a DCC without sound. I'd like to convert it to sound and to where I could run it just like I do this here, like I do my 5380. And the reason I just like to listen to that, hear that sound. I know there's some guys that don't like to hear sound out of their engines. They just want quiet. They want quiet, and they want the cars to go by. But I like that sound. I just think it's awesome to hear that, to have your engine making that sound, just like the real guys out there on the track. The real engines out on the out on the rail. I think it's pretty cool. And so we'll let's see what on 18 what the dryer is, what the air dryer I think is what we call that. There's the air dryer, or the air dryer, and that might be with the sanding valve. Could be the sanding valve. Now we're gonna put her in forward, which we got the lights on in front with the ditch lights. And we're gonna excuse me. Pull her forward a little bit. I'm gonna pull her forward a little bit, and while we're doing this here, we're gonna unhook the Southern Pacific 496 474. We'll unhook her, and we'll let Gevo go down the track by herself. See if we can get this unhooked here. Yep. Yeah, kind of a little pop. It's because I still got the Kato coupler on the back of the Gevo, and haven't switched over to microtrains yet. And we may be doing that sometime. I don't know if I'll pull the excursions with the Gevo very much anymore or not. I might do that. Usually I'd like to use that. I'd like to use my George Bush and my Spirit to do that. So we'll run Gevo here just by herself, and we'll see how she does. she had a little bit of a jerkiness in the front. And I put some grease on the worm gears. And she don't look like she's doing that little bit of a jerking anymore. She was just a little bit, you know. But of course, like I say, on this track, and there's a little there, but that's nothing. I don't think that's nothing in the drive. It might be a little bit, but like I say, these section tracks of Kato Unitrack, and that's going. You know, the tracks are not always level, so engine might jump down, and you might see her. But she's, I think, rolling pretty darn good. Might just look like she's just creeping along. I haven't put any Noax ID on the rail, and I'm thinking about doing that or using the Inox MX stuff. Thinking about using one of them, see what they do. So far, my engines ain't really having any problem. Bring it in reverse. We're going to put her at speed step 2. There you go. There's that whoop, 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 or something like that. Whoop. I love hearing that. I love hearing that when that spools up. There she goes. Love that when that spools up on that that generator on the engine. Reverse, she did really good in reverse when I was doing the initial break-in. This engine seemed to me was rolling really super good in reverse. Had a little problem going for, not problem. It was just a little bit of jerkiness, and like I say, I pulled the shell, and we looked like the. It looked like the worm gear was a little dry. Now, the worm gear and stuff like that on the back of the engine, with that decoder being in place, it's kind of hard to get to. So I don't know how, other than maybe splitting the frame and dropping the truck out would be the only way to do that. But we'll go forward at speed step 2. Whoop. Wait a minute. We won't go forward. We're going back. Now we're going to go forward at speed step 2. Now we'll go forward. Maybe we can get her maybe she'll spool up again and you can hear that whoop. Oops, my finger got in the way. Speed step 2, she glides through there just like in reverse. So speed step, I mean, that front truck and where those gears are might need just a little bit more. I mean, might just need a bit more wearing in. But pulling these loads help a lot. I'm gonna back her up a little faster here. And so we're probably in with this one here, and want to just ask you to, if you haven't subscribed to the subscribe to the RDA channel, RDA N-Scale channel. Please subscribe and give us a like, and ring that bell. Click the bell, ring the bell, and we'll go into one more here and we'll finish this up here. Alright, we're going to finish this out. Had to do an adjustment here on the camera or whatever, and it needed a little kick in its shorts. Sometimes these cell phones are good to do these videos on. I mean, I can't knock them too much, but sometimes they get a little bit of arrogance in their mind. And like I say, this is the ending video here, and I just wanted to ask you guys to, if you haven't, please subscribe to my channel, RDA N-Scale, and we're still thinking about Allen's trains and things. Kind of looking at that. We like that, and of course we like also RDA N-Scale. So we're kind of floating on each one of them there a little bit, and so, but we could do RDA N-Scale and then Allen's trains and things, or Allen's adventures, maybe getting a video on when we're out shooting the stuff on the doing the rail fanning stuff. So let's see if the got the meter on here. She's at 13.8 and 0.02. The amps on the power cab is 0.04. And so, but I'm gonna put the I think I got the parking brake on here. Let's see if we got the parking brake set. And let's give her a little idle her up a little bit with the parking brake on. Let you guys hear how she sounds like just sitting there idling there. Let me give you another shot of the front end here. I kind of wish Kato would paint their where you're climbing up on the rails, but I also like the way Kato just kind of leaves their engines. I guess for you to decide to paint that, or let the modeler paint it. Like Atlas down here on my 2230, Atlas paints the steps. They paint the tanks. I think that is awesome. On the fronts, you can see that the steps are painted and stuff like that. I think that does kind of bring out a pretty neat flair. On the Gevos, they would probably be painted up to where the first deal is right there. So, but anyway, we just extended this a little bit longer and let you guys hear the engine running. This Gevo sounds pretty good, and I got another Gevo that I'm going to be getting, probably sometime, maybe next month. I'd got one. I was going to get one, and it was a different number, and this gentleman, I guess somewhere, had ordered one or something and wanted it. So they let that guy have his, and I guess it was the only one. So they ordered me another one, or maybe had another one there at Spring Creek, and so I got 5380, and these Gevos are pretty nice. I'd like to see how they do. I'd like to see how this engine does running in DPU. To where it's got so many cars in front of it and so many cars in back of it. Kind of like to see how that would do. But anyway, we're going to end this. We thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys are having a great Sunday. Like I say, it's been a while since I've done a video. I had my gallbladder removed, and I'm kind of recovering, but I get a little soreness here from time to time, and just trying to do my thing. And every once in a while, it's time to get the layout. It's time to get the layout going and get it running, and run some stuff on here, and got it cleaned up a little bit, got all the dust and that stuff off of it, and hopefully all the lint. And so wanted to show you guys this running. We're gonna kick her down to speed step 0, and we will turn out the headlight. And now we'll hit F8. I call it F8, and we'll shut her down. But like I said, I'd like to get another Gevo and run with this one here if I can, because these Gevos are pretty neat looking. I mean, each engine that I've got, this is my SD70 Ace AH 9088. And I got 9066 and 9041. And then we got 1111. Let me show you guys 1111. I've showed it, but I'll put it on here on the track. Okay, guys, here's 1111 powered by our people. I filmed this engine, I think I filmed this engine the end of November, or end of November or around December. And this is powered by our people, and I think it's really a sharp engine. This is 70 Ace, and here's a horn on it. Here's the bell. Now this is a 70 ACE, so when I turn the lights on here, you're going to see the lights up on the number boards, and the lights in between the number boards there, and just like that. Whereas on the 9088, the light boards are in the nose and that area. So, but this is still a pretty sharp engine, and so we thought we'd put this out and show you guys. And we'll go ahead and start her up, just let you guys hear her. And there's probably right now no other than what I've got here. There's probably no other, unless some guys have put decoders in themselves. There's no other 1111s that's got sound in it. The reason I've got sound in it is because of what I done. I took the 1111 and put it on a frame that's got that had the lock sound in it. So I wanted lock sound in my engine, and the engine that I bought was DCC, but it was non-sound. But all you basically have to do is pull the shell, do a couple little mods underneath of it to where the shell will fit on over the decoder, over the lock sound decoder, and as you can see, I've got sound. So I mean, it's a pretty simple deal. If you can find a 9088, or if you can find a 9041 or 9066 out there, you can pull the shell. You can pull the shell, and you can put the 1111 on there. And so we'll go into another deal so you can see this, and I'll tell you guys a little bit more. What I done is I bought a 9041 I bought me a 9041, I bought me a 9066, and I bought a 9088. Well, there at Spring Creek, they had one more 9041, they had one more 9066, and they had one more 9088. So I bought an additional 9041, and I bought an additional 9088. Yes, they're a little bit higher, but I was able to achieve something with that. On the second 9088, I put that on 8444. So my 8044 also has sound too, just like my 1111. And I wanted sound in my engine. I like my engines to have sound in them. Now I could have just ran it DCC. What I did, I took the DCC frame that this came off of, and I put that under my Kadee. When if I can get another like another 1943 or another George Bush or whatever, and that, I'll put my Kadee on there. But something that's really cool that happened at Kato, they're re-releasing, or they're coming back out with the Heritage units. Every Heritage unit will be done from the GVRW. Not the Denver Rio Grande. I want to say GVRW. The Denver Rio Grande, DNRGW. Denver Rio Grande from Western Pacific, the Northern, Chicago, and I think Chicago and Northern, the Kadee, the Mopac, and then the Southern Pacific. They're going to do all of them again. They're also going to do the 8444 in sound too, but I've already got mine in sound. So I wanted my 1111 to have sound in it, so that's why we did what we did. It's a little bit extra expense, but if you don't, and I don't know if these have shipped out yet or not. I know they were waiting for chips and stuff like that on these for the Lock Sound decoders. They were waiting for chips, and so if you guys find one of those engines out there at a hobby shop or somewhere like that, I don't know if they're online anymore, but if you find one at a hobby shop or something, and if you've got an extra 9041, if you have a 41 at home, or a 9066 or 9088, just buy you another one or whatever, and you could always put something on the 9088. You could take the shell off of that and you can put it on something else, or do something. You could use the shell for parts and stuff. You can use your like the walkways and stuff like that. This walkway is unique with this. This walkway is unique with this engine, but on the 9088, they're all gray, like that armor gray, and you can use it for spare parts. You could use it for the cab. You can use the truck. Not the trucks, obviously, but there's things that you can do with it or whatever. And that, if you want an extra set of where your windows are and stuff like that, you can do that, and just do different things, just by taking that shell off. I wanted to sound, as I mentioned before, I wanted sound in this engine, and I like the 1111. I like the way it's done here, powered by our people here. I thought at first the side of it was a little cartoonish, and then I got to really looking at it, and I said, that ain't cartoonish. That is just as real as what you see on the real engine, and I really like it. From the dispatcher there, and two gentlemen working there, and the welder. She's got a smile on her face, and then the guy with the hard hat there, and then this guy, and then the guy with right by the flag with I think a wrench in his hand. And so I thought that was pretty neat with that the way the engine looked. And so, but anyway, I'll turn the headlight down on this. Let's see if we can see what the sanding valve is on this here sounds like. Woo! She definitely got a sound. Anyway, I like the way the 1111 sounds, or the 78 sounds that when she's idling. Now, just by doing this, hitting option, I'll check and see if the parking brake's on. She's on. I'll slowly idle her up. I don't think she'll move. Idle her up. That sounds just like the real one out on the real one. I mean, that sound, and then if you idle her up to speed step 20, that's the sound that I heard when 1111 was out there on the rail when I videotaped her out there by Whiteside Elevator. Sounding just like that. Sounding just like that right there. With that Southern Pacific engine right behind her. She sounded just exactly like that right there. And that's what made me think, I want this engine. I want this engine bad. I want it damn bad. And I got it. And then I figured out a way to just put it on a lock sound, put the frame that had the lock sound decoder in it, and I've got me 1111 with sound. Like I say, mine might be the first. I don't know if there's anybody that's installed one in their 1111 yet or not, but I just went and bought me another 9088 or 9041, and I put the this on there. Now I've got to go in there with my power cab and go to where I'm programming it on a programming deal, and I need to put 1111 in there. But right now it's okay with 9041. Matter of fact, if I wanted to run it in a consist, I could put 9041. I could put my 9041 engine and this one together, and it would run. They'd probably run pretty good together. Anyway, we're going to idle her down. Idle her down. And she's at, I got her setting at idle 0. And so, we'll shut her down and let you guys hear the shutdown. And you hear the engine when she shuts down. You hear the, and then you can hear the air dryers letting the air out. They call them the air spitters. So anyway, that's my 1111 with lock sound in it. And so wanted to show you guys that right quick with my other stuff that I run, and we might put her on the track and let her pull some of these cars. So we hope you enjoyed the video. Kind of a lengthy video, but been a while since I done one of these videos up, so I thought it was time to show you guys that, and I hope you enjoyed it. Like I say, please subscribe if you haven't. Give me a like, ring the bell, and tell me what you think of the video if you want to leave a comment. And we appreciate you guys watching the RDA N-Scale channel. This is Alan, Alan D, and hope you guys, excuse me. As I mentioned, I hope you guys are having a good weekend. It's Sunday, June the 6th. Hope you guys have a good week next week, and we'll try to put some more videos on here. Like I say, we'll probably run the 1111, maybe the Spirit, and maybe even the old George Bush. Run it, might get the SB5 up and running, see how it does. Want to get some wood, half-inch DMF, and I want to start putting my boards in to put in my circuit breakers. I want to get them done. So thanks for watching, guys.